Hey guys, Q here. This is a quick video for Final Fantasy VII Scorpion Sentinel hard mode cheese. The goal of this video is to be easily duplicatable, so that anyone can, as long as they have as long as they're level 50 and have the materia that I show you here, use this strategy and you should be good to go. First thing, we're going to start out with equipment. Really, you just want to try and use the magic equipment. So for Cloud, it's Mithril Saber, Circlet. For Barret, it's I believe Steel Pincers is really good for that one, and Circlet. However, with Barret, we do want a little more physical attack because he's going to be doing our phase 2 damage. And make sure you have 4 slotted equipment. For materia, it's basically the same on both of them. You want to have elemental materia and lightning materia linked in the weapon slot. Then you're going to want to have first strike, and for Cloud, assess. And then last two, you need the steadfast block materia and the prey materia. You want to have all those things on Barret as well, but except maybe instead of the assess materia, you're going to want to have just a healing materia. The idea here is that you won't use it. So at the start of the battle, you're actually going to want to jump back, run back a little to avoid his first attack, and then immediately start launching Thundagas at him. So he does an Electro Stomp to start most of the time, so that immediately start using Thundaga with Cloud. Once Barret gets hit, use his ATB to use Thundaga as well. And then you're just going to, he's pressured there, you're going to want to hit him a couple times and use another Thundaga. And you shouldn't need a fourth one, but if you do, you can see Barret's ATB is all ready to go anyway. So, and this is the part that's particularly long cheese. That first part is real quick, 3 Thundagas and a few hits for that ATB. Theoretically, you could have ATB charge, ATB boost material on. So, for phase 2, this is the one where he has the field generator barrier, and we're going to be using this phase to kind of just sit around and gain our limit break. So what you want to do with Cloud, stay as Cloud and don't go up to the boss. Once phase 2 starts, just run to the corner and block. Now, this is where Steadfast Block helps, because you can see every time I get hit by those missiles, I'm gaining good ATB, and I'm letting go of block in between barrages so that I just make sure that I get full ATB after 2 charges. Now, regarding those missiles, when he jumps on the wall here, he's going to launch. He's going to launch one set here. And then when he jumps down, he's going to launch 2 sets back to back. 1, and then there it is, the second one right there. Now sometimes he'll launch a third back to back like here, but there's usually enough space. You see, I got to pray off. And that's the goal for phase 2. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be blocking and using pray whenever we can, just to keep everyone's health up, while Barret does chip damage. More accurately, we're not waiting for Barret to do chip damage, we're waiting for Barret's ATB gauge to fill up. There we go. And so that's all we're doing. We're waiting for Cloud's limit gauge to fill, and we're waiting for Barret's ATB gauge. Any second here. Alright, so once Barret's ATB gauge is filled, you see I'm going to be using Maximum Fury on the field generator. Now that's going to do the most damage. Here's the thing about Scorpion Sentinel. Once he gets ready for phase 3, once you get him down to his limit to phase 3, he will not enter phase 3 until you use an ability on him. Or I think if Cloud hits him, the controlling character. Think it through. Another barrier? But Barret will not transition the boss into his third phase. So basically what we're going to be using eventually here, we're going to be using assess and keeping track of his life. And basically, once he gets down below 30,000, you just kind of want to let Barrett do his chip damage. Because what we want to do, we want to make sure that we have full ATB before the next phase. Again, this is where the long cheese comes into play. You can see that Cloud is using prey every time, every now and then in between barrages to keep everyone's life up, and we're waiting for Barrett's ATB to grow. There we go. And you see I'm checking his life. Right there, he's at 35,000 life. So once we get down to 30,000, we'll be... once we get down to 30,000, we'll just be letting Barrett chip away at him, basically. Or we'll be using charging uppercuts to get him down a little further than that. But the life goal we're looking for is 27,166. And so we're just going to hang out. Alright, so now that he's at 27,166 is where we have both of our ATB bars full all the way. And then all we're going to do is we're going to hit the hit him once with Cloud effectively. Hit the field generator once with a sword swing. So you can see I'm going to run up here with Cloud. Block, obviously, keep blocking. Now these next two phases go real fast, but it is very duplicatable. And this is why we wanted our full limit gauge and full limit gauge and full ATB charges. So we hit him once to pressure him, and then just a couple hits, and that puts him into phase 3. Now if you know phase 3, this is the one that annoys a lot of people. This laser does damage. As soon as you gain control, run under left cover and cast Thundaga with Cloud. Sorry. Once Barrett gets under cover as well, cast Thundaga with Barrett. And then once you get the opportunity in between laser blasts, run to the right. There we go. Run to the right debris and use Thundaga again. And this will pressure him. So once you do that, you go in and get in a couple, use your limit break, to do the damage. And you see Barrett still has one ATB charge full up. Now once you use your limit break, he should go into phase 4 here. If not, a couple more hits should do it. Because we want to save Barrett's one, so as soon as we start phase 4, Scorpion Sentinel is going to start auto repair. So we want to cast Thundaga with Barrett on one of the legs. I chose the right leg because Cloud is closer to the left. Cloud's going to get off a few hits on the left leg, just enough to fill his ATB, and use Thundaga on it as well. And I've beaten this boss this way several times, played around with the materia, but this strategy is very duplicatable, very easy to follow. It's just about getting that ATB charge in phase 2 and making sure that you have full ATB in phase 3. Full ATB by the end of phase 2. Again, with phase 2, Barrett will not push him into phase 3 on his own, so you have to go ahead and get a single swipe. So once the enemy's life stops going down, you're good to go. Anyway, that's I'm the Strategic Gamer, and I hope it helps.